Hello and welcome back to FM Wonderkids. My name is Rhys. Today we are showing you 10 of the best Wonder Kids in Football Manager 2022 that are available for under £20 million. So don't forget to hit like if the video is helpful to you, hit subscribe if you are new or if you are old, and let me show you the first player straight away. Now in no particular order, first up is Strahanja Pavlovic. Okay, now I apologise if my pronunciation is wrong there. He's a centre-back, he's left-footed, which is sometimes very, very useful, right, to have a left-footed centre-back. He's 20 years old here, and his standard attributes include determination, bravery, marking, work rate, and crucially, jumping reach. He's 6'4". Let's fast forward to 10 years into the future to see what he looks like in this particular save. Okay, so here he is. He's 29 years old. He's playing for West Ham. You can see his jumping reach has gone up a little bit to 17. His strength is now 16. Positioning 15, which is good. And bravery and anticipation is also very, very good. Tackling 14, marking 14. But heading just at 13 is probably a little bit low to me. Let's have a look at his playing history to see how his development has kind of been affected by that. Okay, so straight away you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons potentially worth of underdevelopment, which could potentially tell us why his attributes aren't quite as high as we wanted them to be. Looking into his scout report though, we can see he enjoys big matches and is a fairly consistent performer, as well as showing a fairly ambitious nature. Definitely one to get into your teams and develop a little bit better than he has done in this save. Next up, Kudos. What I like about this advanced playmaker is he's obviously left-footed and he's 20 years old. He's had 6 caps and scored 2 goals, but he's fast, right? He's got acceleration 16, pace 14. He's almost an old-fashioned winger with that dribble in there of 15 as well. But he's also got passing, penalty taking, technique 14 and 16, anticipation and aggression, right? So let's fast forward 10 years time. Hopefully he's had a little bit of development, right? Because he's got some good stats here. If you can get like aggression up to 16, for example, I'd like to look at that. He hasn't quite done it, as he's 30 years old here. He's playing for Fulham. Technique still 16. I mean, no development at all on this guy. So definitely something to see if you can do a little bit better, I guess, if you sign him. I mean, he's had 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons here of underdevelopment. But you would think before that, the amount of games he's playing here in Ajax would do something to his attributes. So let's move on to the next guy straight away. Check him out in your saves. Hopefully he's better. Don't forget, these players are variable, right? It could be better in your save, could develop better in your save, especially if you give him game time. Wilfried Singo next. The Ivorian right back has got some really, really good stats already in the game. Pace, acceleration, determination, work rate, aggression, dribbling. I think he's going to be absolutely great. He's 20 years old already, so he might not improve too much. Let's have a look, see how he's done in this save. Okay, you can see his physicals have done really, really well here. Let's 17 acceleration, 17 agility, 16 jump and reach, 16 natural fitness, 17 pace. He's an absolute beast, right? Very, very good right back. Got everything exactly where you would want it. Potentially could be a little bit better at defending or a little bit better at attacking, but I really like him. 30 years old here. He's had 82 caps. Let's have a look at his history. Okay, you can see, look, he's been developed very, very well in terms of game time. That's very, very important, and that has been done splendidly. Looking into his hidden attributes, you can see fairly consistent performer, adaptable when it comes to living in another country, displays resolute characteristics, an absolute no-brainer of a signing. If you're after a right back for under 20 million quid, get on this guy. Adil Auchichi next, and again I apologise if I got that pronunciation wrong. An 18-year-old midfield centre with a lot of potential. Unfortunately in this save he doesn't really reach that potential, but he's definitely got something, right? And if you can get hold of this guy for under 20 million quid and give him the right kind of treatment, the right development, he could be absolutely amazing. Look, he's got dribbling 14 already, agility 14, he's got flair 14 as well, and technique of 15. Get hold of him and let us know down below in the comments how he got on in your save. Antolini Trubin next. I think he's the only goalkeeper in our list today. He's got passing 15, commandance of area 14. That's a tricky one to say. Jump and reach 18. He's 6'6", right? Let's have a look to see what he looks like in 10 years time when he's about 29. Okay, a couple of greens here. Aerial reach has gone up to 17. Commandance of area 15. Communication 14. He's got a lot of things you would want. Passing 16. Agility That's very, very important for your goalkeepers, in my opinion. And jumping reach, obviously 18 there as well. Looking at his history, he's just about got away with it then. I think 9 games is kind of borderline. If you get your under 18s or under 21s playing at least 9 games, you might see some development. 2 games there, though, isn't good enough, and 1 game there, he could get better. He could get better for you. Handles himself fairly professionally, enjoys big matches, and is a consistent performer. This guy could be good. Kiana Hoover next, ex-Liverpool, playing for Wolves at the moment, available for under £20 million at the start of the game. One of the best future prospect complete right backs in the game. Not really anything jumping out at me here, but apart from his determination at 15, maybe first touch and dribbling at 13, pace and acceleration at 13 as well. He's only 19 though, so he's a kid. Let's see what he looks like in the future in the save. Okay, we've seen a little bit of progression, nothing through the roof here in the save, but don't forget the players can be variable, right? Potential ability, etc. And if depending on how they get developed, and we'll check out his game in time in a little bit, that obviously has an effect. But look, concentration 15 is good, determination 15, anticipation and composure. He's got all the physicals you could want, really. Probably not quite hitting the world-class mark, but definitely good for any teams under that marker. But look, this is why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons worth of under development for me. Not good enough in terms of the teams that have been tasked with this guy's upbringing. Fairly adaptable when it comes to living in another country, so if you're playing outside of England, could be a good signing. Enjoys big matches, has a fair amount of pace, displays resolute characteristics. He's got a lot of greens here on the hidden attribute / coaching, scouting side of things. Looks good. Robert Navarro next. I'm going to call him Robert because I'm guessing the T is silent. It is in French, right? But it might be Robert. Acceleration 15, pace 14, vision 14 here in this save. For an attacking midfield centre, he looks like he's kind of got a lot of things right in this attribute kind of page here. Dribbling and crossing as well. I mean, he could play anywhere on the pitch according to this. I mean, you could have him maybe as a fullback, centre midfield, probably even striker if he develops these finishing and composure attributes. Let's have a look at what he looks like in 10 years time. Okay, he's definitely flourished into quite a good attacking midfielder. Agility, first touch, dribbling, composure, decisions, passing, technique. Definitely got all the things kind of you would want for that position. If you're asking a bit more, you would want maybe finishing, but he's got long shots, which is good, right? Kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Christian Eriksen type of player. Looking into his history, you can see he's had some really good development, to be fair. Just 2 seasons off, really, peak and optimal development in terms of game time. Enjoys big matches, is a fairly consistent performer. Balanced and normal personality, poor heading ability. We're looking at the cons now. That's not an issue. I like this guy. Definitely good at that attacking midfield centre role, but a lot of people don't use it, right? Let me know in the comments below. Do you use attacking midfield centres? It's coming out of the game a little bit. Closing in on the top 3 now in terms of price at the start of the game, so under 20 million, just about here for Nico. A defensive midfielder, you can see he's kind of going to develop into a good one. He's got the good mentals, he's got less technical ability than like your strikers and your attacking midfielders, but he's got good physicals as well. Let's fast forward into 10 years time when he's around 29 to see how he's developed. Nico's smashing it, and let's be fair, passing 16, technique 16, first touch 15, but those are quite attacking stats, right? He's not really got the marking and the tackling that you would want for a real destroyer at the back, but definitely for like a deep line playmaker, he's got what you want. Vision, flair, natural fitness, balance, bosh, get in there. In terms of history, you can see he's had really good development apart from 2 seasons we played no football at all in the Barcelona B team. He scored 52 goals in his career and 56 assists with an average rating of 7.19. That's pretty saucy. He's a consistent performer. That is dark green. He relishes big matches. This guy is pretty sick, spirited individual. I would pretty much sign this guy at all costs if you're after that kind of position. Gonçalo Inechao, the Portuguese centre-back, gets very, very good in 10 years' time. Spoiler alert. He's left-footed, again, which is quite positive. They're not like very easy to come by, these left-footed centre-backs. Aggression, anticipation, concentration, marking, heading, all 14 or above. Let's fast forward 10 years' time to see what he looks like. 16 heading here in 10 years' time when he's 29 years old. Marking of 15. composure, anticipation. He's got pace and strength as well as positioning, which is obviously very important. History-wise, we can see that he's had some really good development. Apart from one season where he didn't play any games, he's kind of hit the minimum in terms of 9 and 10 games and beyond. He scored 6 goals and 14 assists with a 7.1 average rating, and he enjoys big matches, is a spirited individual, a consistent performer, has all the things you need. Ready to go. And that just leaves us with Samuel Richie, the best player on the list today, I think, in my opinion. Determination 16 here in this save as a 19-year-old defensive midfield centre. Stamina 15, vision and work rate as well as technique and passing 14, agility and anticipation 14 as well. Let's have a look at what he looks like in 10 years' time in this particular iteration of Football Manager. Here he is, technique 16, passing 16, first touch 16, an absolute world-class baller here. He's had 64 caps, scored 11 goals for Italy at 29 years of age. He's described as a world-class midfielder by the media. Decision 16, determination 16, composure 17, anticipation 18, but look at that, agility 18, balance 17, stamina 16. In history, you can see that he's had a perfect development, playing 30 plus games almost every single season. He scored 52 goals, had 61 assists and 18 man of the matches with an average rating of 7.12. Our scout report tells us he enjoys big matches, is a fairly consistent performer, and is a natural in a couple of positions. Thank you so much for watching. Do hit the like button if you've enjoyed the video today. Here is your shortlist. Probably that side. If you want to download this shortlist, you can do so by supporting us on Patreon. The link is in the video description, or I'll pop it up there somewhere as well. Thanks for watching again. See you again.